Somewhere right now, a company is having the worst week of its existence. Is it because of the rising operational costs and healthcare premiums as a result of inflation? It's valid, but no. Is it because of the big T word and navigating a fractured global supply chain? If I worked in any other space, I'd probably say yeah, but no. It's because someone, somewhere, probably in accounting, clicked on an email that they shouldn't have. The average cost of a data breach last year was about 4.4 million globally. In the US, it was over 10 million, an all-time high. And the average time to identify that a breach happened, 181 days, another 60 to contain it. That's 8 months of someone living inside your walls before the lights stop flickering. 8 months of data walking out your door while your dashboard says, everything is fine. I'm the architect. Decades in information security have put me inside a lot of networks, at every scale, for every kind of organization. Best seat to the stupidest show on earth. This channel exists because I think InfoSec is one of the most interesting things happening in the world right now, especially with the speed of AI. And somehow it keeps getting explained like a compliance training video. If you're interested in InfoSec, my hope is you learn something and get a laugh. If you're not, well, same. Let's start at the beginning. Information security, InfoSec, is the practice of protecting information in the systems that store, process, and transmit it. That sounds very textbook, simple. It isn't. Because information is everything. Your company's financials, your customers' personal data. The credentials that let someone log into your systems at 2 in the morning without anyone asking questions. The intellectual property your organization spent years and millions of dollars developing. Emails, contracts. The operational systems keeping the actual lights on in actual buildings. And your data's just as much of a target. On the HR systems, payroll. Every piece of that is a target. Every single piece. Think of it like a kingdom. And yes, we're doing this. It's in the name of the channel. Just accept it. Where the treasure isn't gold, it's data. Every server is a room in the kingdom. Every network connection is a road in or out of the walls. Every user account is a gate that opens and closes based on who holds the key. Some gates are guarded well. Some have been left propped open since 2017, and nobody remembers why. InfoSec is the discipline of deciding who gets in, who gets out, what they're allowed to touch, and what happens when something inevitably goes wrong anyway. It's not just stopping hackers in hoodies, though occasionally there are hoodies, and that actually tends to be our favorite part of the job. It's not installing a firewall and calling it done, and it's absolutely not the IT department's side project squeezed in between printer tickets and password resets. InfoSec is a discipline, a profession, permanent, ongoing negotiation between the people trying to break things and people trying to keep them standing. The negotiation never ends. That's important. We'll come back to that. Here's the thing that makes this work genuinely hard. Harder than most people outside the field appreciate. Defenders have to win every single day. Attackers only need to win once. I want you to play that back, listen to it again, because it changes how you'll see everything else that we're going to talk about. If you protect your organization perfectly for an entire year, every patch applied, every alert investigated, every suspicious login flagged, and then one employee clicks a bad link on a Tuesday in December, the year goes in the loss column. 364 days of successful defense doesn't appear in the post-incident report. This is called asymmetric warfare. The person defending the castle has to cover every door, every window, every crack in every wall. Every employee who might hold the door open for someone they don't recognize because it seemed rude not to. The attacker just has to find one. One unlocked door, one unpatched system. One person who was tired and not paying attention. This is why InfoSec is never finished. This is why it's never fully resolved. This is why the people who work in this field tend to carry a specific look, somewhere between exhaustion and the grim satisfaction of someone who has accepted their circumstances and decided to be good at it anyway. It's not incompetence. It's the nature of the problem. And understanding this asymmetry is the first thing you need to internalize before any of the rest of this makes any sense. So who's actually doing this work? On the defender side, you have several distinct roles, and we're going to spend dedicated episodes on each of them. For now, a quick orientation. We've got blue team, or security operations, the analysts watching for threats in real time, round the clock, including the hours when sensible people are asleep. When something suspicious happens at 3 a.m, these are the people getting paged. They have seen things. They have developed strong opinions about alert fatigue and the people who configure detection rules carelessly. Then you have red team, or the attackers that you've hired yourself. Their entire job is to find your weaknesses before the real attackers do. They break into your systems, document everything they find, write a detailed report, and hand it to the organization so everyone can argue about the findings for the next 6 months. We have governance, risk, and compliance, or GRC. These are the people making sure that you're following the rules, regulations, frameworks, audit requirements. Someone has to read them, interpret them, and translate them into things that technical teams can implement. Underestimated by roughly everyone until an auditor shows up. And architects. Hi, that's me. The people who design how all of it fits together. Where the walls go, where the gates are, what happens when a section of the defense fails and you need to contain the damage before the whole thing comes down. The ones who look at the network diagram and see not just what's there, but everything that could go wrong with it. Then we have the attacker side. We're going to spend a considerable amount of time here across the next several episodes, so you'll have the full spectrum. From teenagers running automated scripts they found on a forum, all the way up to nation-state groups with unlimited budgets, years of patience, and a level of sophistication that makes even experienced defenders stop and say something unprintable under their breath. We will cover all of them. Maybe you're watching this and you're not in InfoSec. Maybe you work in marketing or finance, or you're a student, or someone sent you this video and you're not sure why yet. That's fine. Here's why this still matters to you personally. Your data lives in a lot of places you don't control. Your bank, your hospital, your employer. Every retailer you've bought something from in the last decade, every app on your phone that asked for your location and your context. You said yes just because you wanted to download the app so your friend could get the refer a friend points. When any of those organizations gets breached, your information is potentially in someone else's hands. Your financial records, your medical history, social security number, your home address. The password you've been reusing since 2014 because it has a capital letter and a number, so it seemed fine. For most people watching this, some version of this has already happened. That's the sad reality. The data is already out there somewhere. The breach just hasn't been personalized back to them in a way that made it feel real yet. InfoSec is the reason some of those breaches didn't happen. The failure of InfoSec is the reason the ones that happened did. Over the next few months, we're going to build a complete picture of this world. The enemies, the defenders, the tools, the frameworks, the incidents that became case studies, and the mistakes that keep getting made because organizations are made of humans, and humans are consistent in ways that are not always flattering. And eventually, once you know the terrain well enough, we're going to run a campaign, a real one. But that comes later. Next episode, what are we actually protecting? The attack surface, and why it's significantly bigger and stranger than most organizations want to admit. I'm the architect. See you then. Try not to click on anything suspicious before the next episode.